So for my chapter one video, a couple main points that I'm going to look at is looking and analyzing the American welfare state and how it has evolved through the ages. So we analyze how America has responded to an array of social problems, and these are many social problems such as homelessness, poverty, malnutrition, discrimination, physical and mental illness, orphans, child abuse, and income inequality. So through the past ages, homelessness, we've put them in shelters, and there still is a big homeless population in America today. And the same with the poverty population is still staggering numbers as far as first world countries. Physical and mental illnesses, our country has slacked a lot, especially in the ages, as far as mental illness with asylums, and they were getting treated so bad that the mental facilities that actually took care of them had to shut down. And a lot of these people you see end up in the correction system in prisons, such as the poverty people, the homelessness, and then the people with mental illnesses. They get locked up and they don't really get the treatment that they need. Another thing in chapter one that we look at are ways to analyze and approach these social problems. And then some of these problems are still unaddressed. So looking at problems such as discrimination, we found ways to address some of those issues as far as in the workplace and schools, having a mandatory minority number set in these groups, but there's still staggering amounts of numbers that affect this. So we need to look at ways to approach these problems and figure out how to develop and to further as a country. Another thing that I would like to look at in chapter one is understanding the vulnerable populations that need the welfare state. So these problems that need the welfare state more than anybody are the homeless people, the poverty people, the malnutrition, discrimination, orphans, physical and mental illness people. You know, you got people that's on disability. If they don't get a disability check, how will they eat? You know, how will they have a roof over their head? So then we see those people that actually can't work and need that welfare state end up homeless, poverty, and then you see them end up in prison systems that's overpopulated now. Traditionally, looking at America as a society, we've always been prejudiced to these certain people. Still today, I think that there is a lot of prejudice, and there's many discriminations as far as gender, race, classism, ageism, homophobes, and immigrants now too, which is a big one that's came up in the news for the past 2 or 3 years. And then looking at how these things affect them. So an American, they have the right to vote, and they have the right to vote on these policies that can be made. But yet we see a lot of people that are in these classes, they don't vote, as far as people that are in poverty. You know, looking at ways to change this. So, and that's my overall take on chapter one, is just looking at America and how we evolved and came through, and just finding ways that we can get the people that need this help the most to actually vote and be interested in ways and programs that help them in the long run. Thank you.